And hello everyone, welcome back to a new video. Alright, so today we will be talking about error handling or error catching. Try and accept, stuff like that. It may sound a little bit scary at first, but it's actually very simple, especially in Python. So let's quickly try something. So let's say, for example, we try and divide, let's say print, or we just go num is equal to 10 divided by 0. Now if we were to try to run this, so python free main.py, as you can see there's a division by 0 error. Now this may come from the user side or your side accidentally. Now a way you can handle this is you can go try, and you just put it in a try and accept block. And in the accept, you can just put something such as, if this error happens, if this error occurs, then you can give yourself your own message. So you can do something such as, you tried to divide by 0. You can do something like that. Then if you try it again, this time it's going to keep this away so you don't see this. And then it's going to show you this. So yeah, that is one way you can do it. But take note, this will catch any and every error possible. If any error occurs, this will happen, whether you want it or not. Which means if we do something such as, let's say, I is equal to input, and let's make this an integer. And here we say insert or whatnot, that doesn't have to be special. And then if we're going to try and print I, then if let's say we put an L in there, it's going to give you an error. Try and run it, put 2 in there, it's going to work fine. But see, this will catch any and every error. So even if an error like this, you might want to do something else. If they don't insert a number, then you should maybe do something else. But this will catch any error, so it can stop your code at any point. Let's say the user can choose whether it wants you to enter a number or a word. And you figure out whether they're entering number or a word by using this maybe. Now instead of you determining whether they're entering a number or a word, it's going to catch that error and it's going to be like, hey, you tried to do something. So yeah, that's why you don't just use accept like this. But let's quickly show you something. Just pass here. Let's say num is equal to 10 divided by 0. Let's run it. And as you can see, it says it's a 0 division error. This is very nice of Python to just give you this. Just tell you what the error is. So you can say, instead of just accept, you can say accept 0 division error. And as you can see, it's nice enough to highlight that this is an actual error. Now let's say we were to try and do this again. Now it's going to say you tried to divide by 0, but what's the difference now? The difference is it's now not going to catch this I is equal to input whatever they should input, and then print I. It's not going to catch that. So if you run this, and let's say it is L and not a number, it's going to still throw an error. It's not going to this time say you try to divide by 0 or catch this error. This time it will actually tell you what error this is. But what if you wanted to catch more than one error? Well, that is possible. You can just Ctrl+Shift+C that, and then here you can say accept and print you had to insert a number. Now this right here will try and find 2 specific exceptions. First, it will try and find a 0 division error, so if it sees this, it's going to throw this error. If it doesn't see this, but it does see this, then it's going to throw this value error. So if we were to say L, it's going to say you had to enter the number. If we say 2, it's going to be fine. If we uncomment this, then it's going to say you try to divide by 0. So basically, this is just a really good way to make sure that if the user entered something, it's going to just work perfectly. Now, what if you want to catch 2 errors, but you want to give them the same message? So let's say, for example, you try and do this. So we uncomment these, and here we can just say something such as num is equal to n. Now you know this will give an error because you can't add a string and a number. Those two are two different things. And oh, I should have said pass here. Bruh. Pass. I'm gonna pass. And then here, as you can see, there's a type error. Now let's say here we said there was an error. Now let's say if we had a type error, this should occur, but if we had a value error, it should occur as well. Now of course you can just copy this and paste it here, just with the right indentation, and in here you can just say type error. And yeah, that is totally valid. It will still catch the error. And let's see. There was an error. So it will still catch the error. But do you know what would be actually just better? Less typing and everything. If we were to take this, and here we can just put this in sort of brackets, and then we can just add a comma. Now it's going to search for 2 errors, and when it finds those errors, it's going to, or one of those 2 errors, then it's going to print this. So we can then go, if we run this now, still gives it the same, there was an error. If we uncomment that and we recomment this, we say L, there was an error. If we comment this and we uncomment that, you try to divide by 0. Of course, let's say you want to see what the error is specifically, then you can do something such as E or as error. You can basically put this name anything you want. It's basically a variable. And in here you can maybe do something such as put a slash in here and just say ERR. Now if you say divide by 0, it's not only going to throw out what you did or what your message is, it's also going to give you the actual error. So if you try to divide by 0, it's going to say 0 division error, division by 0. So you don't even need a message, you can just say this error. And this should actually be enough, but usually it's better to just specify by doing that. And let's say if your code passes a specific point and it has no errors at all, it didn't catch any errors, then you can say finally. And or let's say it did catch an error, but you still need it to run, even if it catches an error. Then you can use finally and just say like print this code will run. Now let's say we get an error, it's going to say hey, there's the error, and then this code will run. Let's remove that error and just say print fsfs. Fsfs, this code will run. So this code will run whether there's an error or not. So yeah, that's basics of error handling, or try and catch or accept statements, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, I hope you all enjoyed and can now catch errors without any problems. Of course, you can also create try and things here. So you know, you can do it inside of here as well. It's not limited to just being outside like everything else. You know, anything can go in here, just like with an if statement. But anyways, thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and see you all in the next video.